oh, damn, I went one little intro video way too much. I was like, it's like, oh, well, okay, we'll let that one roll too. Welcome to another episode of The Sound. I am Kevin Harris.
I am Lisa Wills.
And this is it. You got the A team tonight. So Lisa and I, and joining us in just a little bit will be Brandon, the lead singer of Atreyu, which I am very excited about to have and talk about the 28-year history of the band Atreyu. But as always, what you been listening to?
I've been listening mostly to Architects these past couple days. I've been I've just been earbuds in, a lot of Nothing More as well. Been sort of it's really it. Oh, also the new music came out today from Ninth Key. Been listening to that.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know you. I know you favor them quite a bit. That nice little collaboration that's going on.
I do. I mean, I like Echo, and him and Low Spirit having a project together, and they already put out one killer song, and then today they had the world premiere over on Octane. I listened and I heard it, and it's so good. I'm excited for this album. I'm excited to see what happens with them. Yeah.
All right. Well, myself. So next week we had Shelly and I are heading up to Rockfest.
Yeah.
So I kind of had that kind of Under Black Sky, Set It Off, King to Collapse, Autumn Kings, bands that are playing that I definitely want to make sure I get a chance to see. So I just kind of been playing those, and then of course excited about Atreyu being on the show. So I've been playing some Atreyu as well, some of the older stuff. So
I was listening all day at work. I put on Atreyu for several hours to just refresh my mind of their storied history, and going from the very early stuff all the way to what's current. And wow, what a career!
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm excited to talk to Brandon about it and see where, especially when you get a band that's been around for as long as Atreyu, even though they took that hiatus,
right?
They've been around a total of 28 years. You get the full aspect of what it was like 28 years ago to be on a record label to what it is now with social media and having to be content creators and all of that you have to do. So it's always fun to talk those lengths of time with somebody who's been through in the business through all of that. So, so that's going to be coming up in just a little bit. We'll also talk about some shows we've got coming up. We'll talk about next week's show. We'll talk about the magazine. Which I will say this, the magazine was the biggest single day read magazine that we've had.
No way.
In the history of almost 2 years of the magazine.
Wow.
The non-point on the cover was our number one most read single day, first day out. So
yeah, I mean, that cover is so sick. It's really, really cool. That's awesome. I'm really glad. There was a lot of really cool articles in there. I've published 3 of them so far. There's still, a few more to go, but some of them were time sensitive, so those have to go first. So,
and there you see the cover with Non-Point. And if you go see them in the Out of Control tour, this is an actual one of their merch shirts. This was the graphic that was on the shirt, and when they agreed to be on the cover, I asked if we could use that graphic. And in the corner down there, you see who the artist is for the artwork, and I just loved it. It's a great picture.
Well, I mean, you can also pick up a hard copy of that magazine and bring it.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't they? I'm pretty sure they do VIP.
They do VIP. So they do VIP almost at every show. There's been a couple that I've seen where they hadn't done VIP or for some reason didn't do VIP, but for most shows they do VIP. So definitely check out their website for any VIPs for the areas they're coming in. Closest they're getting to me on that tour, that part of the tour, I think, is Dallas.
Oh, but that's not.
We got to see it here. I got to see it at Club LA in Destin with Sumo Psycho and Soil. So, and I think this new run is with Spine Shank, Head PE, and somebody else. I can't remember who the third band is on that.
You're gonna make me look, aren't you?
I think so.
All right, non-point.
All right, let's roll through this real quick. Adam, what is up? Good to see you, Adam. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ann, hello. J-Rod's in the house. Shadow's in the house. You guys. Is Soil on that run again? Oh, okay, cool. So that'll be a good one. That'll be definitely Spine Shank, Soil, and that is, and you rock all over the place right there. Head PE and Spine Shank and Soil. I like it. Yeah. It's gonna be a good show. Yeah. So we got to get into the grudge match. The grudge match tonight, the returning champion is Love the Hate with their song Fall Alone. They are taking on Varsity with Face Down. You know how it works. It's video number 1, video number 2. At the beginning of video number 2, the votes start. You get into the comments, you put video number 1, video number 2. And at the end of the episode, we will announce who moves on next week to see. And I've already decided who they're going up against next week, and they're going to go up against Living Dead Girl next week. So,
okay.
So whoever wins tonight goes up against Living Dead Girl with their latest conspiracy, the video for that. So that's what will be up next week. So let's go ahead and get into the grudge match. See, there's my thumb again. I don't even know how to do that.
What are you doing?
I have no idea. I just move my hands and shit happens. So here's the grudge match, and get ready to vote.
So tell me how it feels when I'm not around. Is this just another night alone? We're like a sinking ship. Pull me off my game and make me lose my grip. My hands are hurting trying to hold. I know I did my best. Just give me some time to get this off my chest before we lose it all. Face down.
All right, there you have video number 1. That is Varsity and Face Down.
God, I
still love the concept of that whole video.
You know, yeah, I love that. And if you follow Varsity on the socials, Joey has been putting out some stuff about the next single, Grief Machine. I think it comes out tomorrow. And yeah, it's about him dealing with loss. Like he's never really sat down and faced it. All the horrible loss that he's had in his life. And he's going to talk about it, which Joey's not, he's private, you know, so that's gotta be interesting. And
sorry about the face. I dropped my phone.
What?
So sorry about the face. I dropped my phone. It was heading towards the keyboard. I was hoping it wasn't going to push any buttons.
Hey, I'm the only one who gets to push the wrong buttons and throw people out of interviews. It's me all day long.
Come on now. You've met me. In plenty of my life, I've pushed the wrong buttons. So just saying.
Oh, Kevin.
All right. So that was video number 1. Here comes video number 2. Our returning champion. Here is Love the Hate. It is Fall Alone. Put it in the comments. Video number 1 or video number 2. Make your vote. Here's Love the Hate.
Inside my head, I picked you up, you left me for dead. Thought I was broken from the words you'd spoken, but you won't like who you've broken. I love the way you hate me, I love the way you blame me, I love how everything's my fault. You swore you were
All right, there you go. Video number 2. That is Love to Hate with Fall Alone, and inside the top 10 on the SMR chart, number 2 on the Sounds Dirty 30. So congrats to those guys. And yeah, there was something else. Oh, so I'm going to go back up here. He's in here, and John Williams is his name. Maybelline is what he goes by, DJ Maybelline. I want to say congratulations to him. He collected his 3-year sober chip.
Oh, congratulations.
Monday night. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the ceremony, but congratulations to him. I do want to publicly say congratulations to him. It's fucking badass.
Well, good job. Gosh, have you been sober now for a decade?
Yeah. I just went past 11 years in May.
Gosh, that's amazing. Wow.
So yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, anybody who can keep longevity of it is good job. So
yeah,
mad props.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what did you do over the 4th of July weekend?
So let's see. So the 3rd, we had the show with Under Black Sky, and Party at the Moon Tower and all that. The 4th, Shelly and I, we went to Biloxi Beach and popped up the canopy, rocking chairs, sat on the beach. I wanted to get there early enough to not fight the crowd, but we got there really early. So
yeah, you guys,
it was a long day.
Pictures early. I was like, girl.
But it was a long, it was a long day, but it was fun. Some of her family came out. The guys from Under Black Sky came and hung out for a little while because they were still in town. And it happened to be the spot that I picked. We went up to Under Black Sky, had an Airbnb like 2 blocks away. So we walked up there for a minute or two. And then when we came back down, the barge was in place to shoot the fireworks. It was literally right in front of our canopy.
Oh,
so we had the perfect view for the fireworks. So it was nice. And
okay. Yeah. I thought you meant like literally in front of it.
No, it was, but that's where they shoot the fireworks from. So they that's great. They went straight up right above us, and that's where everything was at. So it was fun. It was a good time. And then Sunday, we didn't do shit. We've been painting the house. We've been painting the living room from that atrocious green to now what they call gravity gray. So
gravity gray.
It looks good. It really does. It really looks good.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I helped paint the first wall. Shelly's done the rest. I'm not saying a word. So
okay.
She's done a great job.
I mostly worked. But on the 4th, there was a minor league baseball team here in Fredericksburg, and they have a stadium. And so they were doing fireworks at 9:00. My daughter and I we have plans, she's come pick me up. We're going to go. We're going to get there a little bit early. We're going to watch the fireworks. It's going to be great. And a torrent of horrible thunderstorms rolled through our area. Unfortunately, I lost power. So I was in the dark from about 6 o'clock. And my daughter comes and she gets me. It is pouring so hard. I'm literally wondering how she can see. Driving over to the stadium, it's not far, like 15 minutes from my house. We get there and we think that we're early, right? We notice most of the people are leaving.
Oh, shit.
And then we're like, what's going on? And so then we're struggling. I'm trying to go through my phone, find the website, blah, blah. I was like, oh, please note. And it was like literally not even 5 minutes notice. We are moving the fireworks up to 8 p.m. this evening due to the severe weather. And I was like, I just came out of here, drove all the way over here for these. You only get 250th fireworks, one time. I'm going to be dead by the time we hit the 300th, birthday, right? I'll be dead by then. So thanks a lot, Fredericksburg.
Shit, I'm going to be dead by 275.
Right. I might not make it that long. So yeah. So then I didn't get, when I woke up in the morning, but when I got back, power still wasn't on. The company at my day job that I work for, we normally clean those up So I was like, kept looking at my work phone to see if we had been notified that there was something in my neighborhood. Not yet, but when I woke up at like 8 a.m, it was already 80 degrees in my house. I saw that there was a crew dispatched, and they said, Lisa, if your power comes on today, it will not be till way late tonight. There's like 7 transformers laying in the field behind your house here.
Oh no.
I was like, no. So I vacated immediately, got home around 7. My power was back on, but everything in my refrigerator is gone. You know what I mean? I threw out all my food and whatnot, and then I forgot to take the trash with me to work. My whole house smells like a freaking garbage can right now. It's disgusting. So yeah, that's how my 4th of July went. It was extremely uneventful and also terribly eventful.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, dude. Anyway.
Well,
I know.
There's excitement sitting backstage.
I know. I'm very excited to speak to him.
We are going to bring him in now. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Brandon from the almighty Atreyu is with us. How are you?
There we go.
Can you hear us?
I cannot hear you.
Oh.
Hold on. I might have to do this. Wait, just one second.
Okay.
Talk now.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. There we go.
All right. There we are.
I have like a streaming setup. So if something's on this computer, I just have to plug straight in the computer.
I got you. So I'll say it again. Brandon from the almighty Atreyu is joining us. And
yeah.
Almighty. I like that.
I'm going to fanboy for about 20 seconds here. I got to see you guys for the first time a few months ago with Seven Dust in Mobile, Alabama at the Soul Kitchen.
Yeah.
And you are so, and you are so fucking good live.
Thank you.
And it was such a great show. And it was one of those moments of you like a band, but then you see them live, you like them even 100 times more.
Right.
And that was the case when seeing you guys live.
Thank you.
And I can't thank you enough for joining us and talking about the new single All For You and the history of Atreyu and all of that. But I have a bet here. Well, I don't have a bet. I already know the answer to this, at least if I read right. Where'd the name Atreyu come from?
I think you're going to be right already. It's the movie, The Never-Ending Story.
Stop it.
We always like to see, if I was in a sassier mood, I'd go on about some ridiculous like family lineage of Porter's, grandfather 10 times removed. He was a battling whatever. I would come up with something, but for you guys, I'll just give you the real answer.
I think it's perfect. I love that answer. Usually, you hear bands that like pick names who are like, oh, we just opened up the dictionary and we found like REM. We found REM, right?
We're not far off. We were literally sitting around one day and we're like, we need a band name. And our friend Scott, we went to high school with, was like, we were into like sci-fi. There was bands we liked that had kind of like sci-fi names at the time. And he was like, Never-Ending Story is a cool movie. We're like, yeah, it is a good movie. He's like, Artex. We're like, no. He's like, Rockbiter. We're like, 20 years too late. No. He's like, Atreyu. I was like, all right, that's cool. And it was very underthought. But here we are, 25, whatever, how many years we've been a band. And
yeah,
I will say we got lucky because it doesn't sound like your average band name. It's not like a Forever Fell Twice or, Tears of whatever. You know what I mean? I do like that it just sounds like something random.
Well, but it's also very nostalgic for people of this age.
Yeah.
It's very nostalgic for us because we grew up watching that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all know who that is. So perhaps younger listeners and fans may not realize what we're talking about. But you guys have had just an incredible decades long run in this industry.
Isn't that wild to say?
It is wild, and I was talking to Kevin last week about this, about how I was realizing how many times I had seen you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the same story, Kevin. I remember, you hear them on the radio and they sound really good. And you're like, okay, this is a cool song. But then when your live performance is transformative, you're an absolute beast behind that mic. I remember seeing you on the Trinity of Terror tour in New York City and in that theater, and you came off the stage into the crowd.
I was thirsty.
But every time I've seen you in multiple different states. Mm-hmm. Every single time, you always have this amazing performance. Your vocals are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know that you've only been doing this for a few years as the front man. Was it just that the other vocalist left and you decided you didn't want the Phil Collins kind of life anymore?
I mean, I think it would have been a real weird thing just to have the front man in the back be the back man. Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of, when it came time to switch things up, it was really a decision of the band. I was like, I'm not making this decision. I'm not in the place to be like, I'm going to be the front man now. But one thing that we kind of we kept leaning on was the fact that, like, people have been familiar with my voice the whole time in the band. People have been familiar with Porter, our bass player's voice, for the last 18 some odd years. He sang on every album. He sings live, screams live. And it was kind of thing where we had gone and done a tour in 2019, the year before. We kind of switched. We parted ways with our singer, and he actually had hurt his back like 5 days before we went to Europe. And if you know anything about international touring, like, you kind of, you're paying for a lot of things up front. There's a lot of money on the line. It's a lot of big opportunity festivals and stuff in the summer, and we couldn't not go. So strangely enough, serendipitously enough, we went and played that tour with this lineup, where it was like, you go up front. I called my friend Kyle, who was in another band with me at the time, Hell or High Water, and we went to Europe with 2 days rehearsal and did a whole tour like that. So it was kind of like we had felt what it was like already, So when the time came, it was like, well, that felt good and that worked really well. So just kind of went from there. And, I feel like the 30 minutes to an hour and a half, whatever tour we're on a day, that we get to be on stage and have a good time, like, that's our sweet spot. That's where we all smile, and that's where we all get to let it all out. So I feel like seeing us, as opposed to just listening to us on the radio or online or whatever, it's a much different experience, because you get to really see who we are. You get to sort of like get to know us. It's not just like get up there, play songs, get off, like whatever. Like we're out there trying to show you who we are.
Absolutely. So I do have to ask, from the beginning of Atreyu to now, did you ever think you'd have to be a content creator to be?
No,
I saw the rolling of the eyes at the same time.
Yeah, there's the answer.
It's a really hard thing, because part of me wants to be the dude that's 43 years old, been doing this for my whole life, decades, and you're like, fuck that, our music's good, that's all we need, and we play good shows. But I mean, it's just you gotta sort of pivot. I feel like we're never gonna be that band that's like, oh, here's me in front of the Eiffel Tower, like singing my song at night, or like, oh, hey, like, just like weird, like, internet dumb chill stuff that makes my brain hurt. But like, we tried to figure out in ways to like make it more sort of legit and just more real. Like, we filmed the entire process of us making our album. Like, there was a camera in the room at all times, and we were able to go through and like make cool videos of like behind the scenes stuff and cool moments of like writing and recording songs, and just like making content that I think as a human and a fan of music myself, to be like, I'd rather see that than like some dickhead like freaking monkeying around in front of a cool looking, you know what I mean, like lip syncing his song or whatever, and just like trying to do cool stuff on tour and like get cool live footage and stuff and make that the content. So it's like you're still having the selling point of the band, but it's not you like in a monkey suit doing dumb stuff. It's you presenting the best parts of your band and just making it readily available for people to just watch on the internet. you know?
I agree with that. I love watching the behind the scenes stuff.
Mhm.
I absolutely. And Lisa knows, as I've said it many times before, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, but I absolutely, music is my life, and everything that I do revolves around current of what's going on in music and everything. So seeing behind the scenes helps me understand what I'm not going to ever be a part of. So I get to see that and get to live that part of it. So
For sure, you get people, and also like it's funny because when we're on tour, like we are a bunch of idiots. Like the shit that comes out of our mouths and the things that we just laugh about and get on about on a day-to-day basis. If we're lucky enough for someone to be there filming it, which sometimes it does exist, it's like, just film us and you'll get something. It's like it's putting a bunch of monkeys in a room and see what happens. It's like some funny stuff's going to happen. So that also works sometimes.
But you have to be authentic. You have to, there's no other way to sell your band than to be your authentic self.
Yes, very much so. We kind of had a thing where you go through those phases when you grow up in a band, you're like, we need to be cool and like have mystique and like be this larger than life character. You know what makes me a larger than life character? The fact that I'm larger than most humans on earth. I'm 6'3", freaking 280 pounds. Like I'm a big dude up there on stage singing. Like our personalities are big. So it was like we kind of got to this point where we're like, rather than worry about what we're trying to create for ourselves, like let us just be the thing, like just be you and go out and like, for better or worse, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? People are going to be really into it or they're going to pass, but that's sort of not up to us either way, you know?
Right. Your music catalog, again, I mean, it just spans decades. I was listening at work today, just refreshing my mind on the whole discography of Atreyu. And as you guys got older, your sound evolved. It definitely, you could hear the musicianship was getting better, right? The writing was getting better. And then I feel like right when you sort of, things changed up in the band, lineup changed, and you became the front man, you came out with that album Baptize. And I feel like that was a real pivot point for the band. Your sound changed. What do you think happened?
I mean, I think we just like, to be honest, I think at that moment we had something to prove, like there was a big shift in our band. There was a change and it was like, we got to come out swinging with blowtorches. You know what I mean? Like this is not a moment to be kind of casual about anything. And I still think Baptize is one of the best records we've ever written. There are some moments on that album where you're like, I don't even know who this band is, but is the song great? Yes. And I think all we cared about was just like write great songs, like try new things, do things we've never done before, take reaches we've never done before. And I think it was cool. It's one of those things where that record came out like right around COVID and it was like a weird thing with touring and you couldn't support it like you wanted. But I still look at that record. I'm so proud of that album. But I think we just had everything in the world to prove. And I think being a band that's been around for, 20 years at that point, about 20 years, like that's a cool opportunity to be around for, 2 decades and be like, oh, we have something to prove now more than ever. So like, we have to kind of have that mindset. It takes you back to being, like a angst-ridden teenager when we first started, it's like starting over all over again. And that is a cool and very infectious energy to have in the studio, which I think still remains. I think we still kind of have that about us. That's still moving strong in Atreyu camp.
Yeah, definitely. Your live show is freaking amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you guys haven't, whoever's watching or in the comments here watching us live, if you haven't seen Atreyu live, my God, if you, it's a badass show.
We always talk about how we'd almost prefer people see us first. See us first and then dive into the catalog.
Some bands are like that though, where you do need to see them first. Like, because some bands just sound so like the live performance makes the music so much better. And like I said, hearing you on the radio is one thing, but then seeing your live show and seeing how powerful it was, get your ass down to an Atreyu show. I'm telling you right now.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the kind words.
So let's roll into the current. So the new album, The End Is Not the End. So what is the end? What's behind the album title?
So it kind of came from, we're looking for, you're making an album, and the whole overarching concept, if there is one, doesn't usually come to us till later in the game. And I think we were writing all these songs, and sort of there was a reoccurring theme that it was like all of these things that happen in life that kind of seem like you can't recoil from, you can't come back from, whether it be like relationship based or family based, or somebody dying, or anything, where it's just you feel absolutely crushed and you don't know how to like move forward. And you realize that like tomorrow's another day, no matter if you like it or not. Like there's always the opportunity to keep going if you choose to. And the title came, we started writing this song. We wrote this record in a bunch of different places in the world. It went in Tokyo a little bit, and then San Juan Island off the coast of Washington for a little bit. And we started what would become the last song on the record, Break the Glass, in San Juan. We started this song, and it was like the only song on the record. And it's rare for us that we like started, got halfway through, and then just got stuck. And we're like, I don't know where to go. So we left it, and then we went to finish the record, a couple months later in LA. And some of the guys were like, we need to really think about that song. It's great. And I was like, well, actually, we kind of got more lyrical content. And that song is about an accident that I had right at the beginning of 2021, where I fell on a wine glass and split my whole arm open and almost died in front of my entire family. And it was bad. And the song is about that. And our guitar player was like, well, why don't we what if this song wasn't just about your accident and it's fine and you lived? Like, what if this song's about the accident and you didn't, And so that we wrote the song in that sense, just taking kind of a storyteller thing, and it ended the album. And we sort of had the intro to the record musically, and we needed a line. We had a melody for that thing, but we didn't know what we were going to say. And we kind of had a couple ideas, and then The End Is Not the End came up, and we're like, ooh, that's really cool. And it made sense because at the end of the album, the end of that song is me dying. It's like, so rest, like the last lyric is so rest, where it's like, it's over. And then it goes into the intro, and the first thing you hear is The End Is Not the End. And that goes into Dead, and that goes into all these kind of reoccurring things. So there's just this big cyclical kind of idea. But it was just one of those things that just sort of fell into our lap. You just kind of had to let the universe a little bit,
So the single that's out now, All For You, it asks how you love someone who doesn't love themselves. Mm-hmm. And where it sounds like to me, it was written, like the perspective of trying to save somebody. Is that where it was kind of coming from?
Sort of. I think it's kind of the perspective of like trying to be somebody for somebody else when that person doesn't even know what it is that they want in the first place. Trying to sort of, end up changing yourself or trying to change a person, whatever it may be. But like, if the person you're trying to fix doesn't know what they need to be fixed, then it's a loser's game, and you end up losing yourself in the process and harming yourself in the process. So it's like, that it's just kind of about that. And that could be a crazy, like, dead end road that a lot of people can't get out of. And I think that there are times where, maybe you can love someone to pieces, but if they can't figure out what they want and need and who they are, then they're never going to be able to show you love, let alone them accept love from you. So definitely a cool idea. It's one of the first ideas that our guitar player Dan came up with. And it's funny, sometimes there's one part in that song that we all get in a room and we start playing ideas and this and that every morning, and that's how we write. And Dan had this kind of melody, and the only thing that stuck out was the line "surviving us" and what you put me through. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy to talk about, like, being with someone is just surviving somebody. It's like, oh, that's tough. So we gotta make this one good.
But it's so relatable.
Yeah, I was going to say, and the best thing about it is, and I don't care what anybody says who's watching or going to be watching later or whatever, everybody can relate to that. At some point in their life, there has been a situation where that has happened.
Well, this doesn't have to be girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. This can be family. This can be parents, brothers and sisters, friends. I mean, I've had friends that, lifelong friends that just don't, they could never reciprocate the friendship that you wish you could have had from them because they don't know what they want out of a friendship from you, and they don't know what they want for themselves and how to kind of exist in that relationship.
I've lived both sides of that story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both sides. Look, I got balloons now.
Why? You strong man.
Stuff starts happening.
Now I wish I had balloons.
Right. We're actually yeah. Okay. Anyway,
we have the video for All For You that we want to play. And I'll let Lisa take Jared's line on it.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, either tell us everything about the video or tell us nothing, and we can talk after.
This video was one of the coolest things we've ever done in our band. We have a good friend, Sean Stegemeyer, who's done a lot of videos from us in the past. He did Falling Down and The Theft and The Crimson and a lot of it, Lip Gloss and Black, through our whole career. And he's an absolute monster and knows what he's doing and is just great. And he was like, he hadn't made videos in a while. He works for like Sony and like does Audi commercials and stuff. So he was like, I want to make videos. So he has a big history in Iceland. He's done a lot of stuff in Iceland. So we flew to Iceland for like 4 days and we filmed this video and the video for Ego Death. And we were joking because we're like, every time you do anything that looks cool these days, people are like AI, which is, it doesn't matter. And we're like joking because we're like, people are going to say this is AI, but this is actually me on a cliff on the beach in Iceland, walking down black sand beaches. And you know what I mean? Like, so this is just cinematic glory at its best. And I think the motivation was taking approaching the Creed with Arms Wide Open video and telling it to hold my beer.
There you go. I like it. Well, we're going to roll into
I love
it right
that.
now, and we will chat with you as soon as it's over. We'll be back. Hold on, everybody. Here's Atreyu. It's All For You, and you're watching the sound.
I did it all for you. Got me to your shadows, take another part of me. Tell me all the things you thought that I need you to be. Bury me in the garden where the sunlight never shows, until the man that I remember's dead and gone. Who was it that I was supposed to be? I did it all for you. Let myself down, broken in two. I did it all for you. Somebody said, would you put me through? My good intentions threw them all away. I lit the match and set them up in flames. I did it all for you. Forget my name, forget my face. Let me be weak and both know me the same. Is this happiness? I haven't stands. You ruined me, you ruined us. This is the end. Who the fuck am I supposed to be? I did it all for you. Let myself down, broken in two. I did it all for you. Somebody said, would you put me through? My good intentions threw them all away. I lit the match and set them up in flames. I did it all for you. All that I became, trapped inside a grave, the end of everything. If I get out alive, could I rebuild the lie, or stay here in this tomb you made for me? myself down, broken in two. I did it all for you. Somebody else said what you put me through. My good intentions, threw them all away. I lit the match and set them up in flames. I did it all for you. I did it all for you. I did it all for you.
All right,
That's
there
fun.
you have it. That is Atreyu and All For You, man. Beautiful sights there. And Jason just commented, said he's actually been on that beach, and it's amazing.
The fun fact is the beach that Porter, our bass player, filmed on, like a week after we left, there was a landslide, and that whole thing doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, wild.
I mean, I think the song is such an anthem. It really is. It's for anyone who's been through those toxic relationships,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and especially like, I know for me speaking personally, like with family, I've had those types of things. It happened where you tried so hard, every single thing that you could do, and none of it mattered. And it was never going to matter. And finally you had to say, you know what? I'm out.
Mm-hmm. You do the old poker dealer, you know?
Yep. Done. Good
No,
luck.
it's true.
You know?
I'm realizing that I'm the only person in the video not wearing a beanie. I don't know why.
It looks pretty cold.
It was, my head was freezing cold. It was like I think it was like 12 when we were there with the wind chill. It was like negative 20. There was no warm. You couldn't get warm.
The things that artists will do to create their vision, really anything.
Yeah.
Including 12-degree temps in Iceland. My God,
Absolutely.
that's crazy. You guys have a tour coming up.
We do.
With Under Oath. I think you've toured with Under Oath before. Have you not?
We have. We took Under Oath on our first headline tour ever, like 9 million years ago, and we've been friends since. And it's somehow taken this long to kind of reconnect, you know. But I think it's just the right time. This package is just, I mean, a nostalgia bomb, which we're fans. We did a bunch of touring last year on our album The Curse, and I think it's really cool to celebrate your history and kind of give a cool fan experience for, like, you know, moments in time that were as important to the fans as it was to us. But this tour is insane in that realm. So I'm excited.
What do you think over these couple decades that you've all been together and doing this professionally? I mean, your fan base has grown. You guys have grown as people. A lot of things have changed in the industry. What could you say about over the past 2 decades of doing that? What has been the most bizarre thing that you think has changed the music industry?
I mean, like we said earlier, just with like the content era of everything right now. And, you know, we've gone through so many sort of like, you know, cool genres and whatever kind of flavor of the week that has existed since we started. And that's been a really strange thing to navigate, because you have the thought of like, do we try and do what the thing is that's popping right now, or do we just keep doing Atreyu and kind of keep our heads down? And I'm thankful we've always chose the latter. We've always just sort of kept our heads down and try to just do the Atreyu thing. And like I said earlier, for better or worse, you know. But I mean, it's amazing. I don't think any of us, when we were, you know, 16, 17-year-old kids and started touring, thought that, you know, we'd be still ripping, and not even still doing it, but like, I think we're doing it at a level that's really, really, you know, substantial and gratifying to us. But there's still so much we haven't done. There's still so much growth to accomplish that, like, it's a cool thing to be a band, you know, in your early 40s and have hunger still and have things to be excited about and like goals to set still. Like, we just did our first show, a couple shows a few months back on festivals. This is our first time ever doing pyro live. And it was like, for us, it's like we were like kids in a candy store, man. Like we're like trying our hardest not to like giggle and not look, look cool while fire's going off. But I mean, there's still so much to accomplish, and like we're still checking things off the list. And I think that in itself is a beautiful thing.
Do you have any advice for that teenager who started touring with this band?
I mean, I think that I definitely cared a lot more in the beginning. I definitely looked around more than I should have, in the sense of like, I was worried when I was younger about, how I looked, what was cool. Like, are we doing are we like paying more attention to like feedback than I should have, and I think we all got to a place with a band internally where we're like, we kind of found a trust within each other where it was like, no, if we think it's a good idea, it's a good idea, and once you get over the concept, I think a younger approach, you can very easily get into the like thinking of a band as commerce, and I think that art as commerce is obviously a necessary thing, but like if you think about it as commerce while you're creating it, it can get really weird and really like convoluted. And my younger self, I think, definitely had that backwards a little bit. I'm glad that I didn't last that long in that frame of mind, but I think I would just tell myself to keep going. Like there's never been a time in my life where I was like, thought, don't do this anymore. Like we've had incredible highs and incredible lows, and never once was it like, okay, well, it's over then. Like even when Atreyu went on, we kind of took a hiatus for a few years, some time ago. But even then it was like, I had already started another band. I was back on tour in a couple months, like it's like doing this is just what I do. So I would be proud of my young self for still being here.
There you go. So when you're building a set list for 2026, how hard is it to go through the entire list of Atreyu and pick which songs of the older songs make that set list?
It was hard, and I've always been very honest about this question. It was hard until the beautiful world of Spotify came along, and the reality is you're playing a show, and there's so many songs we want to play and would love to play, but the reality is there's a lot of songs that like is my favorite or one of the guys' favorites, and it's like goes over like a fart in the wind live. It's like, people are just like, it's the go get a beer song. And when you're putting together a show, you're like, we're there to entertain. So it's like, we want it to be, heavy hitters all the way through. So luckily there's data now that can be like, we're going to the UK. What are our top 15 songs in the UK? These are the ones that everyone there are actually listening to and actually are paying the most attention to. So a lot of it is that, every time we have a new album, you don't have that data. So you kind of just go off of your gut. And we've sort of played the songs that we wanted to play first and release the songs that we wanted to release first. And then that, you put out an album, like we have a really weird thing on this album where, All Free is a single, Dead was kind of a standalone track, Ego Death was a standalone track. So that there's a couple that are like obvious, like front runners as far as like consumption goes. But then there's a random song in the middle of the record. It's like a ballad called Wait My Love Will Be Home Soon that has no playlists, no video, no nothing. We've never even talked about it. And it's like the number 5 song on the record behind all the singles. And you're like, okay, well, people just like that one though. So now we know, so we'll play it, but
it's truly fan perspective.
It is. It gets really hard.
This is one that's getting played the most, and we haven't done anything with it. So you know what? Here you go.
What? And believe me, there's songs on that top 10 or top 15 that we're like, ugh, this one again. But it's like, you don't want to like it almost says it's like, you want them to have a good time, but it's harder, with the short sets, like the Under Oath tour, it's like a 30 or 40 minute thing. Seven Dust, if you're supporting, it's usually 40 minutes, festivals are 45 minutes usually. That's where it gets hard because we're lucky enough to we have more than 45 minutes of like songs that people are excited about. So it's like, okay, well, what do we cut? It's tough, but you got to do what you got to do.
Well, I can tell you the song that introduced me to you guys that I absolutely I still love to this day was Becoming the Bull.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's first sip.
Yeah.
I started at the FM rock station that I worked at. Becoming the Bull was the single that was at the radio at that time. That's how I got introduced to you guys. So
that's awesome, man. That's great. It's also funny too. We've come to the place in our career too, where like people will always be like, play the old stuff. But now people are like, play the old stuff. And I'll name a song of our first album. They're like, no, Becoming the Bull. I'm like, oh, oh, okay, cool. That's the old stuff now.
I get that too. Cause I would say that was probably like your first real mainstream.
Yeah.
FM radio fell in love with Atreyu at that song. So
yeah, that record was the first time we sort of took the governor off and swung for the fences on, so to speak, as far as like broadening the audience. And that song did absolute worlds for us.
So
still does.
So the end is not the end. So what's next?
I mean, it's funny because we made that album over the course of like a year and a half, almost 2 years by the time it came out. So we've already had discussions of what we're doing next, and we're already working on projects and stuff. But for us, like we made that last record, like I said before, kind of traveling and doing things in remote locations. So we're already just now trying to figure out where the next ones are. We've talked about Italy, we've talked about Prague, we've talked about Thailand. So it's just a matter of where we can go and when we can go. But we're ready to write songs now if we have the opportunity.
Awesome. So if anybody was trying to find Atreyu, where's the easiest place to find you guys?
I think it's Atreyu Official everywhere. Atreyu Official is the website. Atreyu Official is the handle.
Correct.
You can find everything you want on Atreyu Official. It's got everything you need.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Brandon. Thank you so much for spending the time with us and giving us a little insight on the band and on the album and all of that. And it is an extreme pleasure to have you on our show. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
And
thank you, sir.
You probably don't need us, but if you ever need anything from us, let us know.
We all need you guys. We all need you.
I hear you. I appreciate it. Have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
All right, see ya.
Great dude.
Great interview.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah, I love that. I love when we can get an artist on who is really willing to talk about their music. Sometimes
when we started playing All For You, I opened up the door and Shelly was watching the show, and I was like, thank God it's a great interview.
Yeah, sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes, artists, we're all just human beings. Sometimes people are having good days. Sometimes they're having really bad days. Sometimes they're fulfilling a commitment and they've just had a really bad day, but they're fulfilling the commitment and it's not really there for them. And that happens sometimes too. We're just people, Yep. But I'm glad that he was able to spend that time with us and give us such a great interview. That was fantastic. Again, Atreyu is going on tour supporting Under Oath. Tour starts on November 6th.
Yeah, I just looked at I was looking to see how close it got to my area. Closest is Houston. It's about 6 hours away.
I know the closest for me, I think, is Philadelphia.
But Houston is December 16th. Me and my life in December doesn't exist outside.
No, not in retail. You have no life.
So unless they were playing Biloxi or Mobile, I'm not going to be able to see it.
Right. So. That's okay. We'll have opportunities again to see them. They've been touring forever.
Well, I know, but I only saw them my first time a couple months ago.
That's crazy to me.
And like I said, now I have a history of not remembering seeing bands.
Okay.
So.
Fair. If it was before 11 years ago, Kevin might not remember.
I can tell you if I saw the band, but later than 11 years,
yeah,
I continue to have an argument with a friend of mine that you saw Sugar Ray at the Hard Rock. No, fuck, I didn't. I was there.
Perhaps Sugar Ray saw
but I wasn't there.
Maybe Sugar Ray saw you instead, Kevin.
Right? Yeah, no shit. Anyway,
it's possible.
So we got a few things of business we got to take care of. Coming up August 15th at the Sanctuary in Biloxi, MK Records, Nolan is having his 50th birthday rock bash and also his retirement party from MK Records. And you will get an opportunity if you're in the Gulf Coast area. You got Scotty Austin, the Almas, Envision, Lower Line, and Lana Day. Lana Day is actually out on tour with Envision. So that's a tour that's coming through. Scotty Austin and the Almas are coming down as well. Scotty Austin is continuing on a tour with the Almas, I think, I'm not sure how that's working with them. I know that
I don't think the Almas are touring.
I think they're flying in, or I don't know how that one's working, but they're going to be there as well. And Lower Line band out in New Orleans will be there as well. So that's happening August 15th. You can get tickets at thesanctuarybiloxi.com. Then on September 6th, we have Blacktop Mojo with Stone Co., Oak Knoll, and 7 Year Witch that we are going to be hopping on and having a good time with. And then 3 days later, we got Plush with Major Moments, Serena's Fire, and Shades of Wisteria at the Sanctuary. And then we got one coming up in November too, but that's still quite a ways away. But 3 Years Hollow with Love to Hate Trackside and Red Light Vendetta happening as well. And if you haven't checked it out, the new magazine, Nonpoint, is on the cover. You can check it out at thesound228.com. You can read a free copy the entire month. You can purchase a physical copy, take it to the Out of Control tour that you're going to go see Nonpoint at, and have them sign the cover of that magazine. And all of that can be done at thesound228.com, or you can do it through our app as well if you want to download the app and enjoy the music, enjoy the Spotify playlist, enjoy the interviews. You can rewatch all the interviews on the app. You can listen to just the audio only of the interviews on the app, read the magazine, see the Grudge Match Hall of Fame. You can watch all the videos. It's all there on the app. Download the app, the Sound 228. You can make requests to the radio station. It's all there. I promise you. It's all there in one app. You don't need anything else. You don't need another fucking app on your phone other than Sound 228.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to take part in being a part of all of that, we have this as well. Very cheap advertising rates. I won't go into many detail other than that graphic right there. Read the graphic. If you're interested, hit me up, Kevin at sound228.com. And we got you hooked up for some really cool advertising. Like if you go to the app right now and hit play, the first thing that pops up is Nolan's birthday party poster. And you can, it pops up. So, all right. So Grudge Match. Let me pop back into this real quick and see what we got going on here. Adam says he saw Atreyu with Motionless in White.
Yeah, he saw so Adam, did you go to the Trinity of Terror tour? Because that's where I saw them with them.
Motionless in White, Atreyu, and who?
Ice Nine Kills.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was great. I've seen them in like bigger venues. I've also seen them in like much smaller venues like Starland Ballroom, which was amazing.
Dude, I would love to see them in a small venue. Well, I mean, I saw them in a smaller venue. The Soul Kitchen it's not a huge venue. It's not a stadium or anything like that. I mean, it's a music venue. So I guess that was a small venue. I guess I have seen them in a small venue.
Oh, the Alamos were driving down as a favor. And yes, so okay, Adam, what a sick show was that, right? Such a good show. Oh man, so good.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, there it is. I'm in here counting. I'm counting.
I know you're in there counting. I'm sitting here reading.
Oh, gotcha. So winner and going on to face Living Dead Girl with their latest conspiracy next week as we interview Kingdom of Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. We've had a pretty good run recently of some good interviews.
We have.
So Kingdom of Giants is going to be on next week.
Yeah.
I know Lisa will be on for sure. I'm assuming Matt will probably be back.
He'll be here.
And I will be on the either on the road or at the pre-party, but I will pop into the episode as well, because I plan on being in Wisconsin for the pre-party with Buck Cherry and all of that for Rockfest. So, but the winner and moving on to next week is Love to Hate with Fall Alone. So they will be going for the Hall of Fame next week with Fall Alone. Not only that, but next week we are premiering the new video for Envision and their song Paralyzed. Now, I was lucky enough to be able to premiere that song Monday night on the Homegrown Show on WCPR. Alex sent that song to me so I could put it on the Homegrown Show. How I have not played it anywhere else publicly is beyond me, because that song is so freaking good.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Can you send it to me in Messenger?
I can send it to you in Messenger, and I'm not going to lie to you. And I know I'm friends with the guys from Envision, but I've been very honest with the guys from Envision. I've been very honest with Alex that the very first time I saw him live, I thought it was the most atrocious thing I've ever seen. And to watch their evolution and how they've grown into the band that they are now, to hear that song and know that it was self-produced is fucking amazing. It's the best song they've ever put out.
Who produced it?
So it was a mixture of the band, but David, the guitarist, and then it was also Alex Gibson, who is the drummer for Hop Out, but he also did front of house for them for Welcome to Rockville, and is doing front of house for them when he's available at their live shows. He was a big part of it as well. And it was done here on the Gulf Coast, and they did it themselves. And it's absolutely amazing. When I'm going to send it to you as soon as the show is over with. And I want you to listen to it before you go to bed and let me know what you think of it, because it honestly, to me, is one of the best songs. Is it better than Siren Song? And so let me repeat what I just said. It is the best song that they have released to date. My opinion.
I mean, I'm usually very critical of bands who self-produce. I think most of us are, truthfully, because most of the time it winds up being an epic fail. The band thinks it sounds great when it sounds like shit. So I'm very excited to hear it. If you're telling me it sounds great, I believe you. So I wanna hear it.
I will. I'm getting ready to hit end stream right now, and then I will send it to you immediately. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to Brandon from Atreyu for hopping on with us and spending some time with us. Go straight. Look, there's thumbs up again. I don't know how. I don't know how it does it. I just does it. Anyways, I want to know how I did the balloons.
I don't know. Okay. It's getting late, folks.
Anyways, join us next week. And
Kingdom of Giants.
Again, Kingdom of Giants and Love to Hate going for the grudge match Hall of Fame against Living Dead Girl. And we will talk to you guys next week. Have a great week and talk to you later.
All right. Be good.